All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Space to maneuver at the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
So much of this game is still mental, still psychological. Yeah, we just saw a big-time run right there, but you have to believe he was dreaming about this last night in his hotel room before this one, thinking, hey, first time I touch it, let's go for some big yardage and set a tone. That's exactly what he got done.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
Back to throw here. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. Now he's forced out right. And he fires one, but incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a 1st down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And they'll run it here. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Manning. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gain?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
Look into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. We're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Eifert from 4 yards out. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead. And he knocks it through. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Colts offense, Charles, heading out here. And this is a franchise, it's hard to know what to make of it. You know, if they can keep number 12 out there, keep him healthy, you think they're going to be okay. Without him, though, it's really a completely different team, isn't it?
It certainly is, and it feels like a complete makeover in order, and they're trying to get that done. But I remember when they drafted number 12, Andrew Luck, they were predicted to be a last-place team. Instead, they went to the playoffs right out of the gate, first few years of his career. So to me, it comes all the way back to him. His help, if he's able to play all 16 and at a high level, the Colts are automatically transformed.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Throwing is Manning on third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Carl Lawson in there to get him for a loss of 9. And that'll lead to fourth down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now here's Ross. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. The Bengals heading back out there, and last year 7-9. So that meant back-to-back losing seasons for the first time since 2007-08. Now, they were able to knock off two teams late contending for the playoffs. They beat Detroit in Week 16, Baltimore Week 17, but I don't know that that's the silver lining Cincy fans are clinging to.
No, not at all. And when you just kind of feel around this team, you sense a rebuild is in order. And that starts on offense. Offensive line, they've got some top-rated draft picks that have to play up to their potential to help out the quarterback, Andy Dalton. They need wide receiver John Ross to catch a football. Didn't catch a single one as a rookie. And they need time.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Detroit! Gun!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. A big play there. 50 yards. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. Bullock good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
No. Check. Patriot. Set. Green, 39.
Now Manning. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Doyle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Manning. Forced out to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. Bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that makes the score 21-0. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And he's got this down to the 35. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And a short gain here, down to the 22. Sean Williams that time in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. Play action. Manning. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And able to find Green. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Detroit! Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Detroit! Detroit!
They go play action here on first down. And he finds a man on a crossing route.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you? We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
No. Check. Patriot.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll check in for the... All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Manning now to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Carlos Dunlap in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Gone! Detroit! Gone!
They do go for it. It's Manning. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Carl Davis with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. And the Colts coming out now.
Leopard! All right, here we go.
On 1st down, Manning, Ebron with it over the middle. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Manning now on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Carl Lawson in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw, it's Manning over the middle, and it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. 3rd down here. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
On 3rd and long, it's Manning. Carl Lawson getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think the 3 scores down.
Had to get it out quickly. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. As his guys are in for 6, and the Bengals just continue to pour it on. Bullock good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Over the middle complete. That's Doyle. And a loose football. And the Bengals have recovered it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet there are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
All right, now, look at 56. Look it.
On play action, they'll throw. Throw left side complete. That's Ross. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A gain of 39 that time. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Bengals take advantage of the turnover to put up 6. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that will extend this big lead. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carlos Dunlap in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Shotgun now for Manning. Flushed out right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. Bullock good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack, but I love his suddenness, the ability to make...
No, check, Patriot! Go!
Now this time Manning will throw. Steps away to his left. He's going to go up, and this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Manning to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'll be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
3 down. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Colts gain a bit of respectability. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Let's not forget, a year ago, this was a last-place team in their division in the National Football League. How quickly the fortunes can turn.
And somewhere, there's a former commissioner smiling down and looking because parity is something he was looking for in this league, and it plays itself out year after year. Last to first is not something that's uncommon in the NFL.
Yeah, a season ago, they didn't have one performance like this, but they put it all together in this ballgame. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Bengals on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Gone! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Back to throw now on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Terrell Basham in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Watch him now, Barney!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. And the Colts getting ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Manning. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carlos Dunlap able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now Manning, gotta have this one. Now a desperation throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Manning now on 1st down. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Detroit!
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Doyle. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Manning to throw once more. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be caught. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's